2024 might be the biggest year for crypto yet. So the question is, where should I invest? Are there any 50x opportunities? The first one's super exciting. It's one of those technologies that you kind of want to see it win. Imagine a world where instead of being locked away in corporate labs, cutting edge AI models are openly traded and improved. You could interact with the best of the best technology right now today. It's not locked at Google or OpenAI. Aspiring researchers from around the globe contribute their expertise, building upon each other's work like some kind of digital Lego set, and making good money doing so. Imagine a teenager in, I don't know, rural Brazil discovering a crucial tweak to some medical AI prediction model and then having their contribution recognized. The teenager gets rich and literal lives are saved. Never before in history was something like this possible. That's what BitTensor Tau is trying to do. They're essentially like the AI middleman where anyone in the future can tap into their AI knowledge base and build businesses or improve their own AI models. And here's why I think that this is important. This kind of thing is going to happen no matter what. But right now, on the current trajectory, that entity that collects all the fees is going to be a Google or a Microsoft or OpenAI that, sells the AI brain power to everyone else. I'd personally rather a world where that brain power is community owned and individuals get paid for their contributions into the community. Tau's market cap right now is up over $1 billion. So people know about this project, but it seems like more and more people are becoming aware of it every single day. It's definitely a project worth looking into. Now, of course, there are risks. AI is a massive market with a lot of competitors, and this is a highly complicated project, so it needs a lot to go right for them to reach their massive end goal, but it's super exciting nevertheless. Now, there's been a lot of talk in crypto about Solana recently. Depending on where you look, you've probably seen people say it's either gonna tank or it's gonna surge in 2024. Here's my opinion. First off, these larger projects, they're a tad safer than the smaller ones. So that's something that I personally prefer unless I'm, going full on degen mode for whatever reason. I'm in a mood. Solana's a weird one though. Like it's almost like every single pro for Solana is simultaneously a con, especially depending on who you ask. It has a closed system, which is attractive to some, terrible to others. It has a lot of institutional ownership and involvement. And it has a fiercely loyal community. Probably the best part about Solana though is just the low transaction fees, which is nice if you want to actually use the thing. Remember, cryptos are products first. They should be good. There's so much focus on the price. Focus on the product. That's what'll win in the long run. Now here's something to think about. I've been digging into all of these arguments for and against Solana, and many of the arguments for its surge boil down to its price chart looking similar to ETH's growth since 2018. I'm not sure that's the most compelling argument ever, but its fight back this year has been impressive. The way I'd look at it is like this. Solana is an interesting project with a loyal following that has an accessible price point right now. Many of the interesting projects in the space, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, they don't have these low accessible prices. They don't necessarily have the promise of some massive overnight growth. They've become more like the slow and steady bunch, which is great too. But Solana still could massively grow from where it's at currently. And another thing I'd like to point out is bonk. I'm not telling you to invest, but it is a good sign that it exists. Whenever you see a new layer 1 crypto have a meme coin built on it that takes off, that meme coin takes off, it's a decent sign that the underlying project has a ton of popularity, because that meme coin would never take off unless the layer 1 that it's built on has a ton of popularity. So keep an eye out for Solana this year. Now, before we get to the next crypto, which I'm positive that you're gonna love, you might be wondering how much I'm actually investing in crypto this year. And if you want full access to all of my investments and the investments of every single person on the Fanova trading team, check out the link in the description for our Patreon page. There you'll not only get access to over 100 crypto course episodes, but also profitable trades nearly every single day. Here's a nice little scalp trade from yesterday. That would have been yours if you were a member. So go ahead and join below. Up next, a favorite crypto for 2024. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are many things I like about this next project. It's built itself on sound research. It's got a heavy focus on security. It takes itself seriously, but its price is messy. It hasn't found its footing and it seems like it could go in any direction right now. You'll hear a lot about what could happen, and its cheap price, it's gonna be tempting for those looking for that 50x relatively safe, if that's not a thing. It's not impossible, You never want to bank on that kind of thing. It's not impossible. I'm of course talking about Cardano ADA. If you're looking for a project that has the potential to catapult in value, Cardano should be high on your list. It has an extremely accessible price right now, but again, as it stands, it's a bit all over the place. Technology-wise, the Cardano team has continued to work and made major developments on this project. There's faster transactions with their developments on dynamic P2P, there's smart contracts improved with their Plutus V2, and there's much more dApp capability than ever before. This is all great. Now, if just Cardano and their team could figure out how to make the rest of the world care about these developments, then they're going to be sitting in a great position. So that's the goal for their team this year. Actually, let me know if you'd like a full Cardano video update. Now this next crypto, it's a little different because you can't purchase it quite yet, but it's worth mentioning because you might still be able to make some money off of its airdrop, and who doesn't like free crypto, free money? For Layer 0. It's an omni-chain interoperability protocol. Do you know what that means? Probably do if you think about it, but it's just a complicated way of saying it helps allow blockchains to communicate with one another with greater ease, which is a problem. Right now, blockchains are like locked off silos. They don't communicate very well. There's a lot of projects trying to, get them to talk. Obviously, if you're interested in blockchain technology, though, this is an extremely useful tool, and there's tons of application for this. Like transferring assets across chains, that's a pain. If you're like me, there's always this voice in the back of your head when you're doing like a big transfer, especially from chain to chain, where you're just like, I'm never gonna see this crypto again when I hit, send. So obviously that's a problem, but there's also a lot of projects out there like trying to fix this problem. Layer 0 has already done $50 billion in asset transfers, so I guess that money hasn't just disappeared because people keep coming back. That's a decent amount of traction. But the real reason that I wanted to point this one out is their token has yet to launch. But the word is they plan to launch one this year. In order to be a part of their airdrop, you'll want to actually use the product and then follow their community updates, pages, Twitter, whatever you want to follow to get the latest on when that airdrop is going to happen and how to get the largest airdrop possible. Airdrops can be awesome. Don't ignore potential big ones, because I got an airdrop one time worth $20 when I got it. I was just like, whatever, 20 bucks, that's cool. It's worth 3,000 bucks now. So they can turn out pretty good. Okay, up next, this one, it's tiny, it's risky, so use caution when you listen to the following words. I'm gonna pitch this one in the style of Steve Jobs. Friends. You ready? You ready? Friends, colleagues. Remember those days when breaking free from clunky desktop computers felt revolutionary? The freedom to roam, stay connected, unleash your creativity at your fingertips. We're about to do that again, but for everything. Introducing Syntropy, the invisible revolution reshaping the very fabric of the internet. No more walled gardens, no more data overlords. This isn't just faster downloads, folks. It's a leap towards a more connected, equitable, and human-centric future. A future where the internet works for you, not the other way around. The Syntropy dream isn't just technology. It's a chance to rebuild the internet in our own image. Join us, break free, and let's create a new world together. That was all just marketing speak for this is a decentralized internet protocol. They're attempting to allow data to be streamed in real time on the blockchain, which seems pretty cool. I hope that they can pull it off. Okay, for the next two, I'm combining them together because you'll see why. I can't, in good faith, leave these out of any good crypto list, and that's because it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're not 50x, but historically speaking, they're still the best bets to make in crypto. So here's why, starting with Bitcoin. The BlackRock CEO, Larry Fink, he called Bitcoin digital gold. But if you just look at how Bitcoin has performed over the last 14 years, it's much more than just that. It should still be part of your crypto portfolio. It commands 50% of the entire industry market cap, and it isn't vulnerable to the same pump and dump plague that the rest of the industry can be vulnerable to. And on top of that, there's new tech coming out, which will likely spike Bitcoin's popularity even further. So if there's a safe crypto bet, even with regulators trying to come after it, it's still probably Bitcoin. Now quickly, Ethereum. It's consistently developing, leading some JP Morgan analysts to expect that it could actually outperform Bitcoin, which is possible given that it just has more room to grow. It has the name recognition, it has the institutional support, its tech is getting better and faster, and there are so many projects built on top of Ethereum. I think that's the most important thing. I like to say that Ethereum is a bit like buying a crypto ETF, because so many things are built on Ethereum. Buying Ether is kind of like getting a tiny share of hundreds of viable projects. Some are even suggesting that a spot Ethereum ETF could happen at some point in the future, which would drive gains even further, but we'll have to stay tuned on that because we don't know yet. Okay, this next coin, it had a rough year. June to November, it saw its price dip from $2 to 86 cents. It's since rallied a bit, so this could be an interesting opportunity for massive growth. I still think the project has a lot of potential. The project is Ergo. Ergo is a smart contract platform that's trying to do it right from the start. That's what I like about them. They're partnered with Cardano and a bunch of other bigger projects. In fact, they now have a bridge between Cardano, which should bring even more exposure to their platform, which could be cool. The idea of Ergo, though, is to deliver the smart contract functionality that Bitcoin lacks and the scalability that Ethereum lacks. Now, one thing that is an extreme standout for Ergo is its community. I'm not sure I've ever seen more dedicated supporters of a crypto than the fans of Ergo. Like, through thick and thin, they're there cheering that project on like crazy. This is a data point that we just can't ignore. Most crypto projects, they have tons of fans when prices are at all-time highs. But as soon as, prices dip, it's a ghost town, they're gone. This isn't what I've seen with Ergo. To a degree that is kind of insane. And it could actually be the catalyst that makes Ergo big and significant. Now, crypto in 2024, it's a tricky place. Keep crypto a minority share of your overall investment portfolio. Now, some people, they're going to criticize me for saying that, but it's the truth. You should think that way for basically every asset class. I want to help you make money. Like, sure, make potential bets on 50x projects, but only if you have that spare cash lying around that you'll be fine without. Don't expose yourself to losses that could hurt your future. Now, none of this video will matter if banks successfully take down the current world of crypto. For more information on what to look out for there, check out this video on screen. Love you, goodbye.